Hello, this is Mr. Schultz. I'm the forensic science teacher here at Foothill High School. And the purpose of this video is going to be to kind of give you a tour of Canvas and how we're going to be using it this year, at least for semester one in forensic science. I thought before I do that, I would talk to you and kind of introduce myself, tell you a little bit about myself, and then we'll get busy and actually look at the nuts and bolts as to how Canvas works. I've been teaching in the school district for over 18 years. My bachelor's degree is in secondary education with a specialty in biology, and I have a master's degree from the University of Florida in pharmacology with a specialization in forensic science. I also was on the curriculum writing team for CTE for the forensic science course, so I wrote the curriculum for this class. I was one of the members of the team that wrote the curriculum for this class. And I'm really excited. The forensic science program kind of went away last year, and we're re-implementing it here at Foothill. So it should be a really fun class, and hopefully we'll have lots of success. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to go to the website. You can see it up here. It's ccsdinstructure.com, and then it's got a login. So once you get to the Canvas login website, you'll see four options: the student login, educator staff login, parent login, and then other. You guys would log in as a student. Your parents can log in as well. I'm going to go through the educator staff login for right now. You'll type in your username and then your password. Once you get into the system, you're going to see, usually it logs into your dashboard, and you'll see all these courses that you're enrolled in. Notice that mine right here say unpublished. That's because I have not yet published them. I'm still adding content to them. I'm putting videos on there. I'm adding assignments and things like that. So they're not completely done. I will be publishing them very soon. You'll see the published form because when you're looking at this video, you've obviously already started the orientation module. So a couple things that I just wanted to point out. This is like a global navigation sidebar here. You can see there's a spot for help. You got a little spot for your calendar. You got different things like that. Once you log into a class, and I'm going to use forensic science, I'll use the second period one. I think I have the most content logged in or uploaded to that particular class, and then we'll transfer it over to the other periods. But when you click on the class, you'll see another sidebar opens up, and that's a kind of a course navigation. You can see it has modules, announcements, assignments, grades, your syllabus, quizzes, etc., etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of cruise around here. Now, there's another little spot you can go. If you look down at the bottom, there's three buttons down here at the bottom. One of them says course orientation, the other says course expectations, and the other one says learning modules. These kind of go to some of the same spots that you'll see this one over here. The modules, the course orientations under module 0, the learning modules are underneath that. So you can actually click on modules and get to the same place if I click this button. Same thing with the course expectations. That would be the syllabus on the sidebar, so you can get to it in either location. So one of the first things you should do before you even start playing around and looking at the modules and stuff like that for your course is you should link up your Google Drive. So if you take a look on this sidebar here, when you kind of go down, you have this little spot right here that says Google Drive. Click Google Drive, and it's going to open up a spot, and it's going to just say authorize. If you see the button down here at the bottom, it says authorize. You actually have to log in. So click the authorize button. Choose your school district Gmail account. Log in with your password. And once you've done it, you'll know you did it correctly after you click allow, because you'll see your Google Drive will show up. So this is my Google Drive. Most of the stuff that you guys are going to be getting to are going to come from the folder that says Forensic Science. So that's the first thing you probably should do. After that, you can go back to the home page and you can start looking around. I'm going to just click on these three buttons to kind of get to a few locations to show you what you need to know. We'll start with course orientation. When you click that, it's going to take you to something I labeled as Module 0, and it just says orientation as the title. You should have already seen this spot. That's where the video you're currently watching is located. Down below that, you have some different locations. This is an external link that you can go to that basically kind of shows students around Canvas. Has a whole bunch of different sections you can check out. You can learn how to do different things, and it'll help you kind of navigate the system. There's also frequently asked questions page, my instructor page. There's the course expectations, so you can get to the syllabus either from Module 0 from here or that middle button on the previous page. And then this one's really important. This is what you're going to do at the end of this unit. It's a little scavenger hunt. I thought I would try to make it fun. If you listen to this video and do the scavenger hunt, you should know all the different pages and locations that I'm going to be posting things, and you should be ready for this class. And then down below that you have Module 1. So let me go back to the home page just really quick. Another thing you can click on is the course expectations button in the middle. That's going to take you to the expectations or the syllabus for the class. And you can obviously go through this, and it's going to be part of the scavenger hunt I mentioned earlier, but you can kind of scroll through this. One thing I did want to point out is we do Cornell Notes in my class, so I did put a little link under where it talks about the Spiral Notebook or Comp Book for your notes, and it basically takes you to Cornell University's website, and it gives you a whole, it basically tells you why Cornell Notes is so successful, how to use it, how to set it up. It's got a whole bunch of things. So if you're not sure how to do Cornell Notes, then you can go check that out and obviously learn a little bit more about Cornell note-taking system and how it works. And then obviously the third button is the modules. That kind of takes you to the same space. I just kind of, instead of going straight to Module 0, it's going to go here. Now, once you've done your scavenger hunt, one thing you can do with these that'll make it a little bit cleaner over here, instead of scrolling through all these modules, and you can see I haven't even built all of them yet, but instead of scrolling through all those modules, if you've finished the orientation module, you've signed your course expectations, you've done the scavenger hunt and turned it in, you've done everything, you can click this little arrow right here and close the whole thing. It's out of the way. You know there's nothing left to do in that module, and you can kind of close it up. So that's a good way to kind of keep things clean and neat and focus on what you're supposed to be doing currently in the class. So again, Module 1, I'm just going to scroll through a couple of these. Videos will be posted where it says video. That's basically me kind of walking through the notes in a similar fashion to what I'm doing right now on this video. And then the actual notes will also be posted right below that. So for Module 1, Introduction to Forensic Science, here's all the information. It also talks about the assignment, which we'll see in a few minutes, and it goes through. Notice my notes, the notes that I put on here, I've set it up to make it a little bit easier for you to understand for Cornell. So the question would go to the left column, and you'll see this when you go through the Cornell Notes information from the link I showed you earlier. But you can put the question on the left column, and then your answers to the question are over here. When you scroll all the way down and you get through all the notes for this particular section, you'll see down at the bottom there's a little spot that says check for understanding. You can obviously kind of go through this. Now, we'll do a couple of these, and I'll show you kind of what it looks like. There's no grade for this, but this gives you a good idea if you understand the material or not. And if you're having a problem with this, you might want to go back, relook at your notes, look at the material, see if you or ask questions when we do our live sessions and so on. So this is a self-check, so forensic science application. So you can actually kind of scroll up, find out if that's right. And in this case it is. You can click true and you can check, and it'll tell you if you got it right. You click the arrow to move on to the next one. Let's get this one wrong. I'll get one wrong on purpose. So this one says which of the following are examples. So you can check more than one here. So let's say you think that those three are the ones. You can check, and you can see that you only got 1 point out of 4. And then you can click retry, go back and make any corrections that you might see. And now you got 4 out of 4. And you can kind of click through and do all these questions, and then it'll give you a total points that you would have gotten on that. Now, a lot of these questions are going to show up on the actual quiz at the end of each module. So it's a good idea to kind of go through these and make sure you know how to do each one of them. So once you get through this, again, you can kind of go back and forth from the module to this. You can click through. The quizzes will be at the bottom. I'm not going to show you the quiz yet. Here's that assignment. If you looked at the first module that we were going through, it had an assignment up at the top. Well, that assignment is right here. It's a forensic discipline paragraph. So you can click on that. Now, here's where linking to the Google Drive is important. Because if you look at this, you're supposed to write a little 500-word paragraph on a forensic discipline that you're interested in. Once you've done that and you're ready to submit this, there's going to be a button at the top. So let me show you what it would look like for a student. I can click Student View, and we can go to that module. We'll go to that particular assignment. Okay, assignment's right here. It says Submit Assignment. So this is why it's important to link to the Google, your Google Drive, because when you click that, you'll be able to come down here, go to your Google Drive, find your particular assignment, right? Find your particular assignment. And then these are notes and stuff, but find your particular assignment. Let's say it's this. You would click on it, and it would attach it. And then once it's attached, you can send it off, and I receive it, and I can give it a grade. So that's why we do that first thing when you get on. Go over to the Google Drive and make sure that it's linked up so that Canvas can basically kind of talk to Google Drive, and you can upload some of those different things. So it also will have a rubric attached at the bottom, so you can go through and kind of take a look at those. And then after the module's done, there will be a set day where you guys are going to take a quiz, and you'll take the quiz and finish that up. So hopefully this tour helps you out. You'll be able to find your way around Canvas, see how we're going to use Canvas for forensic science. I do encourage you to do the rest of the orientation module, and make sure you do this little forensic science Canvas scavenger hunt. That'll help you kind of get used to kind of clicking on these different things like the announcements and the discussions and the different little spots of Canvas that you're going to have to use frequently for the next semester. All right, thank you, and can't wait to meet you guys and see you and talk to you and help you out, and hopefully we'll learn lots about forensic science.